Liverpool players will not try to influence Salah on his future, says Szoboszlai. Liverpool is not Mohamed Salah's team, this is what he'll want to happen next. Now details. Dominic Szoboszlai has said the Liverpool dressing room will have no influence over Mohamed Salah's next move because only the player and the club can decide how their standoff ends. Salah missed Liverpool's valuable Champions League win at Inter on Tuesday, having been left out of Arne Slot's squad in response to his highly critical interview at Leeds. The 33-year-old could also be absent when Liverpool hosts Brighton on Saturday. He is due to report for Africa Cup of Nations duty with Egypt on Monday. Szoboszlai converted the decisive penalty that condemned Inter to a first European defeat at San Siro in more than 3 years and is among Salah's closest friends at Liverpool. But the Hungary captain admitted Salah's teammates would have no input into how the divisive episode is resolved. "I'm very close with him," said Szoboszlai, who has taken Salah's place on the right since the striker was first dropped at West Ham. "It's nothing to do with the players. It's him and his own choice with what he is doing with his own life and his own career." Asked whether he wanted Salah to stay, the midfielder said, "It's not our decision as players. I love him as a human being, as a friend of mine. As a player, he has done so much for this club, it's going to be the club's and his decision." Liverpool players were reluctant to be drawn into the Salah situation after their victory at San Siro. Curtis Jones insisted the controversy had not affected the atmosphere in the dressing room and that Liverpool's performance against Inter demonstrated that the team remained firmly behind Slot. We always are," Jones said. Slot, is human at the end of the day. If we get beat in games, it affects him. It affects us all too, the same way it affects fans. He is a positive man, he always makes a change. The style of play has changed a bit. He is as hungry as ever, exactly the same with us. He is there with us and we are there with him as well. Liverpool are unbeaten in the 4 games since Slot dropped Salah after the home defeats by Nottingham Forest and PSV Eindhoven that piled pressure on the head coach. Jones believes the mind frame of the team has changed since those damaging results at Anfield, and Slot's tactical changes have also paid off. Liverpool played with a midfield diamond at San Siro with Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak partnered in attack. Jones said, "I think it works because I am playing. It is a way of getting all the lads in the team. It is obviously hard to keep everybody happy. We are in a situation where it is hard with the games we have lost. It is more about freshening things up, having a bit of a change, and that's what we have done." Liverpool is not Mohamed Salah's team, this is what he'll want to happen next. Former Liverpool defender Glenn Johnson believes Mohamed Salah will want to play for the club again once he simmers down. But he says Arne Slot can't use too much of his time on that situation. Over the weekend, Salah went nuclear with his assessment of how he is being treated by Liverpool and Slot at the moment, making a series of incredible accusations, including that his relationship with the Reds head coach has completely broken down. He was then dropped from the squad for the midweek trip to Inter Milan in the Champions League. "It's just strange," Johnson tells Liverpool.com. "We've had bust-ups over the years, but to have an outburst like that, it is the final straw, not the start of it. You can have a bust-up in training, after training, or in the manager's office. That's all fine and all well and good, but when you do it this way, it's not for the best of the team. Sometimes you are frustrated and you have outbursts where you say stuff that you don't mean. But it still doesn't help. I was just as shocked as you and I hope they can resolve it, but the clock is ticking, as we know. I don't know if he's played his last game for Liverpool. It would be a shame for him to end his Liverpool career in this way, so I think the club will do everything it can to resolve it. But at the same time, MO is not Liverpool Football Club. You have got other players who are trying to perform every week who are working hard, so it's not the be-all and end-all. Players come and go, and he is not bigger than the club. If he thinks that was his last game, and he doesn't want to play cool, stop talking about him, let him move, and crack on. There is so much more to talk about and work on. But I do think the club will try and work with him to resolve it. He will want to do the same when he simmers down, and hopefully he can see the season out to the end and leave on better terms." Salah spoke at length to reporters after being put on the bench for 3 games in a row. After Liverpool drew 3-3 with Leeds United, he felt the time was right to speak out about where he currently finds himself. It's okay to be emotional at any point, but normally the uncontrollable outbursts are straight after the game, Johnson pointed out. He has had time to think about it, but it has been bubbling for weeks. That probably makes it even more surprising, but being left out of those games, he should have been left out. He hasn't been at the standard, so it is not like he is scoring goals and playing really well. At the minute, the manager can drop almost anyone, so I don't think you can get that emotional and upset when you're nowhere near your level. No one is guaranteed to start. If you look at the performances and his name was David Smith, everyone would be desperate for him to be dropped. If you're used to playing every week, you want to play to get into better form. But Liverpool can't wait around and lose games. You can't sulk and be emotional. You've just got to take it on the chin, work hard, and get back in the team. You're a team. It's not Mo Salah's team, and there are still lots of others who are not in form but are working hard for the cause of Liverpool and their teammates. They will have had bust-ups over the years, that's cool, that's what happens. But you do your best for the team and you get on with it. The fact that we're still talking about it will be even more frustrating for his teammates. They will just want to get on with it, and if he wants to leave, we don't care. But we can't be doing this every week. What he has done for Liverpool in the past has been incredible, but that was in the past. At the moment, he is not doing that. The bar is high for those standards, but he is nowhere near that at the moment. No one is guaranteed to start. At the minute, you could drop half of the side. What of 2 games? Absolutely, his past performances keep him in the team. But if you're trying to get a game this season because of your form last season, absolutely not. Liverpool took the decision to leave Salah out of the Inter Milan game in conjunction with Slot, and that was clearly the right call to make. The Reds weren't left with much choice. The club should side with the manager for sure, Johnson, speaking on behalf of BetRight Betting UK, says. He has got another 25 players to look after and Liverpool have got 25 to 30 assets. One is not more important than the others. I definitely think they will stick with the manager, and I just think time will tell. At the minute, this is a super hot subject. If the next 2 results go really well without Mo, then we're saying leaving him out is a good decision. It wouldn't surprise me if they go on and win their next 2 games because the rest of the players will want to prove a point. Arne Slot has handled it well, but other than him throwing his boot in as well, there is not much you can do. The reality is, it is probably draining him. He'll be thinking, I've got to ruin this football club, I've got to sort everything out, I've got other things to worry about. That's making the rest of the team win the next game. Dropping Salah is the right decision, and I just want Slot to get some positive results so he doesn't come under more fire. At the moment, even a negative result, Mo isn't informed to help change that. I'd just like to see Slot get a good result so we can get him out of the spotlight, and we can talk about Liverpool coming back rather than the negativity. Right now, in terms of giving him that contract, absolutely it was a mistake. But things change very quickly in football. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. The club thought it was the right thing to do and Mo wanted to sign it. It's just when you do that and the player goes into bad form, of course it looks bad, especially with the outburst.